Jeudy spoke out regarding Shedeur Sanders, suggesting that it's not just Kevin Stefanski's decision to keep him from getting an opportunity. The Browns are basically out of contention this season, and that's no surprise to anyone. When a team is fundamentally broken, it's very difficult to fix things on the fly, especially in the NFL. Since preseason, there was no clarity at the quarterback position. Four players were competing for one spot. Early in free agency, the Browns traded for Kenny Pickett, then signed Joe Flacco, and in the draft selected two rookies, Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round and Shedeur Sanders in the 5th. Today, the only quarterbacks still on the roster are the two rookies. The two veterans were traded away. Before the season began, Kenny Pickett was sent to the Raiders and Joe Flacco became the starter. However, after 4 very poor performances, he was benched and a week later traded to the Bengals, where he has played reasonably well. Since week 5, Dillon Gabriel has been the starter, and he has played very poorly. Jeudy defended Dillon Gabriel from criticism. There's no doubt Dillon Gabriel is the most pressured quarterback in the league, and it shows every game. He hasn't been able to find rhythm and is making very obvious mistakes, ones that quarterbacks in this league usually don't make. Some believe he simply isn't an NFL-caliber quarterback. Kevin Stefanski disagrees. One of the most talented offensive players on the Browns is Jeudy. Last season he surpassed 1,000 receiving yards and scored 4 touchdowns. This season, however, he had been invisible until this Sunday, when he scored his first touchdown of the year on a Dillon Gabriel pass against the Jets. The Browns ultimately lost to the Jets, and criticism once again fell on Gabriel. Jeudy defended his quarterback, saying he's improving week by week. I think Dillon's constantly growing each game. Each game he's had, I feel like he's just getting better and better. All a quarterback needs is opportunities and consistency. Him being out there and just getting more reps is going to give him more confidence, and I see Dillon consistently growing each week. Jeudy may have been diplomatic, which shows team unity, but the reality is different. Dillon Gabriel continues to make costly mistakes every week, and fans are demanding that Shedeur Sanders get his chance. At one point, Sanders was projected as a first-round pick after his standout final season at Colorado. Cleveland has become the center of attention again, and not for the reasons fans hoped. Rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, the highly touted son of Deion coach Prime Sanders, continues to sit on the sidelines while the Browns shuffle through quarterback decisions that have left both the locker room and fanbase divided. But this time, the silence broke from an unexpected voice, Jeudy, the talented and outspoken wide receiver, who made it clear that Shedeur's situation isn't as simple as a coach's decision. In a candid locker room moment that quickly went viral, Jeudy didn't mince words. "People keep blaming Stefanski," he said, referring to head coach Kevin Stefanski, who has faced weeks of heat for not starting the rookie. "But it ain't just him. There's more going on behind that decision." Those words hit like lightning through the Browns organization. A locker room divided. The Browns entered this season with one of the most talked-about quarterback rooms in the NFL, a mixture of controversy, potential, and tension. With Deshaun Watson trying to regain form after a tumultuous run of injuries and off-field scrutiny, and Dillon Gabriel showing flashes but inconsistency, fans were calling for one thing: Shedeur time. Jeudy's statement opened the door to a bigger conversation, one that many insiders had hinted at but no one within the locker room had dared to confirm. "There's levels to these decisions," Jeudy continued. "You got coaches, you got upstairs, the front office, and you got business. That's all I must say." For a player to publicly acknowledge the politics behind personnel decisions is rare, especially in Cleveland, a city known for its deep football roots and emotional loyalty. But Jeudy's words resonated with a frustrated fan base that has watched Stefanski's team underperform, particularly in the passing game. The Shedeur effect. Ever since he stepped into Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders has brought a mix of swagger and spotlight. The son of Coach Prime carries not just a famous last name, but the charisma and confidence of a generational leader. His preseason flashes, pinpoint accuracy, calm under pressure, and chemistry with Jeudy were enough to make people believe he could bring new life to a Browns offense in desperate need of identity. But week after week, Sanders remains on the bench. Stefanski continues to insist it's about timing, development, and trust in the system. Still, fans and analysts see something deeper, something Jeudy's comments might have just confirmed. "Let's be real," one AFC scout told Overtime Reports. "Shedeur's ready. Maybe not perfect, but ready enough to compete." The issue isn't football, it's control. Once that kid gets a shot and wins, you can't go back to the veterans. And that's what scares them. The politics behind the playbook. Jeudy's remarks have reignited the debate about who really controls the quarterback position in Cleveland. Is Stefanski calling the shots? Or are executives, worried about salaries, contracts, and optics, influencing who gets the start? This isn't new territory for the Browns. In the past decade, they've gone through more quarterback controversies than any other team in the league. But the Shedeur situation feels different. This isn't about a lack of talent, it's about timing, branding, and power. Jeudy, who has built a close friendship with Sanders since joining the team, hinted that the locker room sees the talent every day in practice. "Y'all don't see what we see," Jeudy told reporters. "This man comes in every day, works like he's been here 10 years, and still ain't getting a real chance. It's frustrating, especially when we all know what he can do." Stefanski under fire. For Kevin Stefanski, the pressure has never been higher. The Browns' offensive inconsistency has made him an easy target, but Jeudy's comments complicate that narrative. If it's true that other forces, perhaps general manager Andrew Berry or ownership, are weighing in, Stefanski's hands might not be as free as fans think. Still, public perception is brutal. Social media erupted after Jeudy's comments, with #FreeShedeur trending across platforms. Many fans interpreted the receiver's statement as confirmation that Stefanski has lost control of his team, or worse, lost the locker room. But others saw it as a calculated move, a message sent directly from within the player's circle to the front office. "Jeudy just did what most players won't. He stood up for his quarterback," wrote one analyst. That tells you everything about the energy in that locker room. They believe in Shedeur more than management does. The Coach Prime connection. Adding another layer to the drama is Deion Sanders himself. Though Coach Prime has kept a respectful distance from NFL affairs, his influence looms large. Every time Shedeur's name trends, Deion's comments are dissected for hidden meaning.